The following is a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about them Cowboys?
Yeah! Go Cowboys!
Blowing out of the backfield, exploding down the sideline.
This is Hangin' with the Boys, presented by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings. Now, your hosts, Nate Newton, Kurt Daniels, Jesse Holley, and Shannon Gross.
It is Thursday, game week, baby. Niners, Cowboys, Sunday Night Football. I am excited about it. That's a live look at the Tostitos Championship Plaza outside in front of the Ford Center, where it is a cloudy, but it feels a lot hotter than this, though. 79 degrees, high of 82. That is Kurt Daniels. Yep. He is Nate Newton. Yes. I am Jesse Holley. We got Chris Beam in the back. Shannon's not here right now momentarily, but together we make Hanging with the Boys, the sports talk equivalent of Braille. People feel us when we speak. This segment is brought to you by Wingstop, where flavor gets its wings.
Come on, Cook. We need more than 60 yards.
All right, man. Good news. Good news.
Okay.
We need some.
The governor, the butcher, the prezi.
Right.
Zach Martin.
Yes, sir.
In patch today.
Yes, sir.
I got even more good news.
Good news.
The other Smith.
Yes.
The big one.
Tyron.
In pads today.
Wow.
Yes.
That's big.
I saw him practicing, man.
So
I just didn't want to get too excited.
no, get excited. Get excited. Just pray that nothing happens while he's actually at practice.
Right.
Really going to have all 5 starters?
This will be the first time since 2021.
Remember last Thursday, 2 Thursdays ago.
I know. Today's the day. Today is the cross your fingers day when it comes to Cowboy practice.
Whoa.
Thursday is usually the day when people start showing up seriously on the injury list. But if everything works out, pray to whatever God that you believe in. But if everything works out, this would be the first time since 2021 that the Cowboys would have all 5 of their projected starting linemen starting in a football game. You talk about timing. No time like the present to have all of your horses healthy and ready to roll, because this game, and we'll break it down more. We're going to do more Cowboys defense, Niners offense. But just looking at this game as a whole, Kurt, Nate, this game, one, it has the makings. When you look at the last 2 times these teams played very close games, this has the making to be one of the rivalry greatest games. What I mean by that is, withstanding those that were really in the playoffs and, that really meant and led to something, regular season-wise, I don't know if there's a more evenly matchup than what we're going to see on Sunday. You're talking about quarterbacks evenly matched.
Yeah.
They got Nick Bosa. We got Micah Parsons. They have their skill guys. We have our skill guys.
You're saying star power wise.
What do you mean?
They're evenly matched. Everybody, the guys you're naming, star power.
Yeah, star power wise.
Yes.
Man for man, when you go down these rosters, there is, Trent Williams, Tyron Smith. Those 2 guys, if Trent Williams and Tyron Smith both retired today, it would be a race to 5 years to both of those guys getting their gold jackets, right?
Right. I'm just adding a little bit more. Go ahead on.
But it's like when you look at this game, it's going to be a game of very thin, razor thin margins of where there's an advantage at. When it comes down to how do we, where do we, when do we, who do we look at for the advantage?
You see, I'm right with him with a pinch of this and a pinch of that and a pinch of this.
Because it's thin. It is a thin margin of
But they have
ability.
the confidence that they have.
They own that edge.
They own that edge.
Yeah.
But now, but I'll say this.
Okay.
I'll say this. that edge can quickly be evened out if you come out in this game and cut the Russian. And I'm giving you a Rocky term when Rocky was fighting the Russian. When you cut the Russian, now you go into the corner, you go, he is human. He bleeds just like you.
Do they need to do that right out the gate?
Out the gate. I'm talking about win the toss. I need the ball.
Yeah.
Right now.
I'm glad you thinking my way.
Right now.
I mean,
If they stumble, that.
Well, let's look back at the playoff game.
Thank you.
Right? What happened? We won the toss and deferred. And they said, cool.
Cut the. Yeah.
And they were the one that got the blow in first.
And Trent said, you mean I got to put my boom box down this early?
Yeah.
Come on, man.
And so when you look at this, and we're going to get into it, what do you see, Nate? Welcome, Shannon.
Welcome,
Finally
Shannon.
glad that you joined the show.
You okay, my friend?
6 minutes in, and y'all gave my seat away.
Hey,
I said I'd be right here.
You know how we do down
I'm in
here.
the room next door.
You know how we do.
You know
down
what?
here.
This dude, any chance he gets to be on the side of greatness over there, he jumped right in on it. Thank you for covering for me.
This is the week. This is the Niners week. Whenever you call my number, baby, I'm gonna be ready.
But you know what? I'm gonna catch you from behind in the break.
Hey, that's all right. That's okay. Run me down. That's all right.
I'm telling you, man, his shirts, either he's getting
That's
bigger
where I was
or
at.
his shirts are
That's
getting
where I was
tighter,
at.
man.
The circulation cut off my arms. I had to go shake it out. That's where I be.
Good to see you, bro.
Thank you.
But
But
Nate,
he was on a good roll. Go ahead on.
Niners offense. When you cut on the film and you watch Kyle Shanahan, Brock Purdy, and the weapons, the plethora of weapons that he has, what are some of the things that stick out to you about that matchup?
First of all, and this going against what a lot of people think is once you get past McCaffrey, so I'm pronouncing that right.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Don't y'all think that Brock Purdy is a bus driver? I'm telling you, this kid is not. He's thrown for 1,000 yards.
Mm-hmm.
He's throwing intermediate, long. It don't matter. His offense is not save the defense. I don't know how to put it, and I think you may put it better, Jess. He has Brandon Ayuk, 17 catches for 390 yards. He's averaging 18.8 yards a catch, and all of this ain't run after catch. This dude is putting the ball out there. He's putting it in the mid-range when he throws it out to McCaffrey. He's putting it in he's throwing out of the backfield when he throws it to McCaffrey. The mid-range he's handling with his tight end. I can't even think of the other receiver, Deebo Samuels. It all starts with that quarterback, Mr. Irrelevant, who's very, very – this is what I don't understand about fans. Don't get past the draft. Get past – this kid has – y'all, please don't fire me. This kid has allowed them to release a very talented young man who we have right now. He's beat out other guys. This dude had a major surgery. He's back, and he's 4-0, and he's not thrown an interception. He's thrown 5 touchdowns. His completion rate is 72%. This is how I think the 49ers is getting everybody on offense, because everybody wants to tell this kid he's a bus driver, but Shanahan don't see him as a bus driver. He's letting him throw that ball all over the field. And Jesse, you could tell me I'm wrong.
No, I think you're absolutely right. And even to throw more numbers on to what you were saying, Brandon Ayuk has 17 catches this year.
Yeah.
Out of his 17 catches, they either went for first downs or touchdowns.
Wow.
All 17.
Yeah.
All 17 catches have been first downs or touchdowns.
That's crazy.
That is the thing that this offense presents. And you talk about Brock Purdy. I think Brock Purdy is, when you have a good relationship, and maybe I'm not the expert to talk about this.
Relationships,
Yes.
on or off the field.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Call Miss Michelle up. Let's get her expertise.
You're welcome. Wow.
But when you have a good relationship, just walk with me. Ignore.
I'm here.
Just hear the
I'm here
message
for
and
you.
not from.
I'm here
Just,
for
just
you.
don't look past the messenger and hear the message.
Yeah, feel him.
Feel what I'm saying. When you have a good, this even sounds funny to say. When you have a good relationship, it's very complimentary. You finish her sentences. She finish your sentences.
You got it, man. Hey, man, stop. This man bringing some good stuff.
I'm
Stop.
trying to let him, Nate. I'm trying to. Go ahead.
Is that what I do when you're sitting here? Let me have to work through this. She finished your sentences. You finish her sentences. She understands your humor. You understand her humor.
Right.
You know her movies. She knows your movies. She knows what you like to eat. You know what she likes to eat.
Right.
And it works. Be serious, man.
Go ahead, old Jesse. Don't let him stop.
Brock Purdy and Kyle Shanahan have a relationship that works. This is why Trey Lance is here. This is why Jimmy Garoppolo is in Vegas. Because in Kyle Shanahan's thought process is, how can I get you to see what I see and make the reads that I want you to make, when you have to make them, to who you have to make them to, in this system that I formulated?
Right.
That's what makes Brock Purdy so good. Now, Brock Purdy can go somewhere else and may not be successful. May suck. May be gooch juice. But in this system, he works tremendously. Another thing that John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan has done, and this also goes back to, like I said yesterday, when that defense plays the percentages, the offense plays the percentages as well. Because you don't get a chance to breathe. Oh, we're going to stop McCaffrey. That's fine. We'll go to Debo. Oh, well, we're going to stop Debo. Okay, that's fine. We're going to go to Brandon Ayuk. Well, we're going to stop Caffrey, Debo, and Brandon Ayuk.
George Kittle.
Okay, we'll go to George Kittle now. And just when you think that you figure them all out, they'll go, hey, this guy Kyle Juszczyk that we got right down here, we can use him well as a runner, as a blocker, as a pass catcher. So they just outnumber you. They outnumber you in skill position guys. They outnumber you in guys who can go out there and make plays. And within this system, they just do it perfectly. And that's how they have the level of success. Nate, you got something?
What was that word you used yesterday at the end of the show, Kurt, when he said this is a beatable team?
Oh, good to hear.
It's good. We just promised me at the end of the show we can say that.
No, I'm gonna get to our defense and how we're gonna combat this.
Okay.
But this is why I said this
Okay.
is going to be kind of a mash of the Titans. You know, Shannon, was there anything that you saw in film that you could?
I didn't watch the film. That's not my role on this show. I got two dudes that watch the film and one dude that pulls the stats. I just try to keep the train in the ditch.
Wow.
But when you look at Brock Purdy, where he wants to deliver the football to, and he'll spread it around, but
I was surprised. His yards per before the catch, 7 yards, which is tied for 6th in the league. I mean, Dak's like 26th. I mean, he's throwing farther. Like you said earlier, he's not just a
Bus driver.
bus driver.
No.
He's getting the ball downfield.
no, and he's getting the ball downfield to two places. In the middle of the football field, Jaron Curse, Malik Hooker, whatever linebacker's playing in this position, and to the right. That's where he feels comfortable throwing the ball. He wants to throw the ball down the middle of the football field and to his right-hand side. They use the tunnel screens. They use the swing routes. And they use the slants. They use the in-breaking routes. They have a plethora of routes that they use in this offense that makes you this. And what makes it even more difficult to stop this offense, and what's our challenge is going to be defensively is, oh, by the way, they have a really good left tackle. They have a Hall of Fame left tackle in Trent Williams. They trust their offensive line to win their one-on-one battles. And the one thing that haunted us against that Arizona game was offensive linemen being able to get up to the second level and get blocks. They coming. Their offensive linemen they don't even stay on the blocks very long, like the dual blocks or the combo blocks. They like, Trent got them. We up to the next level. We're up to the next level. And so our linebackers have to be locked in on assignment alignment. And I don't know. This is where Dan Quinn has to get into his bag. Because he has been using this big nickel or whatever you want to call what they do with J-Ron Curse, what they do with Wanye and Marquise Bell, playing those guys down in the box as kind of linebacker positions. This is going to be a very difficult game to do that consistently. That's where they're going to try to beat you at. Because I don't care how good Dono is, I don't care how good J-Ron Curse is. When you're 190 pounds, when you're 200 pounds, when you're 215 pounds, and you got a 300, 325, 330-pound joker that's coming up to you and is blocking you, that wears you down in a football game. So it's going to be very difficult for those guys to get off those blocks and to be where they need to be at when you got a 300-pound dude consistently getting to the next level and blocking you. So we'll get more into this. We'll switch seats. Shannon, you'll sit over here. I'll get back over there, and I'll resume my role from that position. And you said that you were going to, I bet you I'll run down behind you. Pause. You're not running down behind me.
We should race.
Yeah. Who? You and I?
Yeah.
You would lose so bad. You would lose so bad.
How many seconds do you think you would beat me by?
Are we running a 40?
How far you want to run? I don't know if I can make it past 40 right now. I'm so out of shape.
You're going to lose by 5 yards, at least 5 yards in a 40.
Ooh, wow.
100%. You're a civilian.
How much time do I?
You're a civilian.
How much time do I have to get ready for this?
We could do it right after this show.
No. I need to stretch and wear shorts and some running shoes.
I'm going just like this. You're a civilian. I'm in joggers and a t-shirt and some.
We're gonna make this happen before end of the season.
Yeah, I like it.
Okay.
I know you've been lifting
As long as
weights
y'all
over
don't
there.
bet, we all right.
No, we're not gonna bet.
No.
This is all about.
I've never tested myself against a professional athlete. That would be fun.
You don't understand my competitive spirit, do you? You were going to lose bad.
I don't doubt that
You're
one
gonna lose
bit.
very bad.
I don't doubt that one bit.
All right, let us get to break. On the other side of this break, we'll talk about Cowboys defensively and what we have at our advantage that we can get to Brock Purdy in that offense that will help us out tremendously. Stay right here with us. Shannon will be back here. I'll be back over there. This is Hanging with the Boys.
Fall is here, and that means football is back, bringing all the delicious game day foods with it. As you prep for all the big games, tailgates, and watch parties, let Yo Quiero be your one-stop destination for all things home gating. Yo Quiero's fresh, flavorful, ready-to-serve guacamole, made with real Hass avocados, will score taste bud touchdowns as you cheer on the Cowboys. Yo Quiero's wide range of mouth-watering and versatile products can be found in your local grocery store's produce or deli section. Grab some today.
Star Sports Tours is the only official fan travel partner of the Dallas Cowboys, offering exclusive game weekend travel packages with pre-game sideline access and photo ops with current players, cheerleaders, and Cowboy legends. You want to stay at a team hotel, attend the best tailgate party in Texas, tour the Star, and talk X's and O's with me, Everson Walls? With Star Sports Tours, you can. Visit cowboystravel.com to book your travel package today.
SeatGeek has your back no matter what kind of Cowboys fan you are. So whether you're a diehard fan or a don't really care fan, a we got 'em next time fan or we'll never win again fan, a here for the tailgate fan or a first one through the gates fan, SeatGeek not only makes buying and selling tickets easier than ever before, they made just about everything else easier too. So whether you're a here every week fan or haven't been here in years fan, SeatGeek has you covered. Download the SeatGeek app today. SeatGeek, your ticket to great Dallas Cowboys seats.
How's Wingstop sound? Crispy, juicy, classic wings. Made to order, cooked to perfection. And sauced and tossed in those 11 soul-satisfying flavors. Paired with hand-cut seasoned fries, house-made honey mustard, blue cheese, or signature Wingstop ranch. And of course, spicy Cajun fried corn. I think you've heard enough. Get your flavor delivered at wingstop.com.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Welcome back to the show. Jesse Holly, Kurt Daniels, Nate Newton, Shannon Gross, and we are hanging with the boys.
The sports talk. No, I already did it.
Oh, well. Sorry, I came in late. Sorry I was late, everyone. The second segment, each and every day, is brought to you by blockchain.com. Thank you, blockchain.com. All right, so question. Great points, Jesse. I have a question for y'all. All those people you just listed off, very dangerous, all of them capable of...
We all have gray shirts on. That was pointed out to me.
Oh, nice.
The gray boys.
First time
I was
ever.
going to say that in the first segment, but I'm afraid you're going to go off on it.
No.
First time ever.
I need to keep you
Keep me on task.
What color shirt do you have on, Chris?
Blue.
It's black.
Black.
Can you can you put yourself on the camera?
Do I have to?
Yeah.
Put the cupcake
We
down.
haven't
Hold on.
Put
we
that
haven't seen
cupcake
that
down.
shot all season.
Put that cupcake down. Let you back there.
There you go.
Get the mic out of your face. There you go. That's what Chris looks like, just in case you're wondering. So
I'm just a sexy
good.
boy. Sexy
Stop.
boy.
you look like a telemarketer or like you're playing Call of Duty back there.
Hey, there's the phone.
That's the
Representative.
That's where everybody calls.
Representative.
Nice. Very nice. All right. Thanks for putting yourself on the screen there, Chris. Very important member of our show. In fact, without Chris, nobody
have
would
a
hear
show.
us. Exactly.
We wouldn't get cookies.
And what do you? Yeah, exactly. So, question for you guys: all that talent they have, all those ways they can attack you. McCaffrey as a running back, as a receiver. How do you game plan? How would you game plan, Nate, to stop the 49ers defensively?
Early in the game, I play it by the numbers, and what I mean by that is, first and 10. If it's a true rundown, let's say they're coming off their 25, we kicked it deep, and they come right 25. I'm playing 8-man in the box, and I'm trying to have my best athletes, for as Leighton at the linebacker, Clark at the other linebacker, and then maybe I would have one of my more sure tackling safeties in the game, just in case, that third, I have to deal with McCaffrey swinging out of the backfield or a screen or something like that. But he has to be a sure tackler. I don't need somebody coming up and just throwing a shoulder in there. That's not going to work on this kid. And then, second and however it's played from there, 2nd and 7, let's say we stop him for 3 and it's 2nd and 7, I would still probably keep that same look. Probably even more so go to a dime look, where I'll have just one linebacker. Maybe that linebacker is Clark or either Leighton, then bringing me another guy. That's when I come to that big nickel look. But if it's shorter than that, then I'm, if it's 2nd and 3 or 4, something like that, even though they're good at that with Deebo Samuels and the tight end, I would keep my same package. But if not, if it's like I said, if it's a passing situation, I'm coming with that big nickel look, and just ask that my guys tackle. It's gonna come down to tackling. Can we tackle these guys? If they throw anything under the sticks, can you stop it? Do not let them make any runs after the catch. You have to be sure tacklers. That's how I play. Just play it by the numbers. Don't come out trying to do something wild or crazy. Don't let your guys think that I'm a zero out of my responsibility and just run down in there and do something silly. And all of a sudden you're giving up a big play. The first few series, you're going to have to play it by the numbers. Now, after that, once you get a feel of what's going, then, Dan Quinn going to he's going to cook. He's going to cook if these guys hold these guys right around 3.9 per rush. That's just what I believe.
McCaffrey, the biggest
Yes, he is.
biggest worry, that's who you got to
Not for
limit?
me.
No?
That's why I'm going with the 8-man front. See, the other theory I had was because everybody I've heard, Jess, hollering about they've not respecting Brock Purdy. They not respecting this guy. They're not giving him his just due. And but that's okay. I mean, because Jess is finna tell you why. Right now, I'm not going to steal his thunder. Go tell him why.
What?
They better respect Brock Purdy and the rest of these weapons.
Well, to answer Shannon's question, you would ask, how would I?
Yeah, how would you stop him? And then Kurt said, "Is McCaffrey your biggest worry?" And you said no. So
It's not.
I want to know who yours is.
Okay. To answer the first question,
Yes.
I'm going to get Brock Purdy. I'm not allowing him to sit back there. I'm going to speed block Purdy up.
How, Jesse, if you don't stop 23?
Here's how we're going to do it.
All right. Write this down, Nate.
What we're not going to do
I ain't writing it down because it ain't gonna work.
What we're not going to do is
What?
we're not going single high safety.
Okay.
We're going to play zone behind it, right? But I'm bringing pressure with my 7-man front, and I'm leaving one guy spying on 23.
Okay.
Just follow him everywhere he goes. Huh?
Hey, J-Ron Curse or Dono or whoever.
The more sure tackle out of the 3.
The one who can cover the best.
Right.
The one who can cover the best and who I can trust the most. But if you let Brock Purdy, because the weapons are so talented, he can pick and choose. What you're going to see in this game, what feels like every down, you're going to see emotion. Somebody's going in motion. I am not going to say it's 100%. It's close.
Look that up, Kurt.
They are going to put someone in motion.
49ers.
Uchek, McCaffrey, someone's going in motion. And what that does for Brock Purdy is it may not give him the answers to the test, but in the process of elimination, it knocks out a couple of the wrong answers, right? So again, when he sends someone in motion, whoever goes in motion, if there's a guy that's going to follow him, ding, 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 what goes off in his head? They in man coverage. So now I know whatever the route concept is, who has the best man-beating route, dictated by coverage or personnel or who's covering who, I'm going right there right now. Very similar to what the Cowboys have been doing in their offense. Where's the profit at? I'll send the guy in motion, or you hear Dak, all right, here we go, and he'll kind of give you a double count. All right, I want to see. All right,
Is that his new?
That's his new thing. Here we go.
Instead of
that's his
ready,
thing.
it's,
That's
here
his
we
thing.
go,
Here we go.
and then the ball comes.
That's
back.
his thing. Whatever. It works for him. But I'm not letting Brock Purdy sit back there and pick me apart.
Okay, who are you worried about?
Brandon Ayuk.
That's your guy.
That is the dude that I'm worried about.
Any of these guys, when you talk about Kittle, maybe not, but Samuel, Ayuk, McCaffrey, any of those guys, if you miss a tackle on them, they're gone, right?
You can't stop them all. Right? You cannot stop them all. What you can hope to do, they contained, the last 2 times they played, like last year, they contained McCaffrey. I think he might have had 40 or something, 50 yards. Well, he didn't go off, right? George Kittle was the one that went off, had 95 yards, and he had the timely
5 for 5.
Yeah, he had the timely tip pass that we thought Trayvon should have intercepted, but I think he closed his eyes. I think Trayvon closed his eyes. I did. I think Trayvon closed his eyes. But Brandon Ayuk he's not getting the national exposure, but when you look at the numbers in which he's catching the football, it's not a lot of yak. It's a lot of air yards to him. And I mean, 40 yards, 30 yards, 25 yards. He's getting the chunk plays. And if you can get a chunk play, a drive, if I get a 30-yard play, you know what that does for my offense? That's 3 first downs I no longer have to pick up anymore. Right? So they want to get those chunk plays. So for me, you can contain, you can slow down McCaffrey. They're going to use him in many different ways. It's a guy like Brandon Ayuk who you cannot let get going, because now it throws off everything that you want to do. And that's going to be a big assignment for whoever it is. Another thing that Nate talked about it earlier, about the defense, short tackling. Stephon Gilmore needs to have a day, because they are throwing the ball to his side. And it's not that they're throwing the ball to his side because they're attacking him. They're throwing the ball to his side because they like to go right. All those tunnel screens and bubble screens and flare screens, they're coming right. And if Gilly is going to make a business decision and not fit and send it back inside, if he does one of those little kind of, I'm in my 12th year, guys, not really into taking all this contact from these offensive linemen. The vision of Debo, the vision of Kittle, the vision of McCaffrey, they're going to find that hole, and it's going to be out the gate in 88. They'll hit their head on the goalpost. So for me, the guy that I worry about the most is Brandon Ayuk.
Did you get that motion set?
Yeah, they're top 5
in motion,
like
per play,
40% of the time.
Here's
something like that.
Here's an interesting stat provided by Kurt Daniels. 49ers success in the run to the left They're averaging 7.44 yards off of left tackle. Why run any other play? Just
well,
right.
this man did an eloquent job of telling you why not to worry about my number 23.
Off right.
But that dude that's going to the Hall of Fame, which you said, this is what I'm trying to tell you.
Off right tackle, 2.62 yards.
They're going to run that ball 30 times.
6.24 on sweeps to the left and 5.82 on sweeps to the right. Those are some crazy rushing numbers.
Well, anything to the left, understand this. Right. It's Trent Williams.
Who's over there? Yeah.
It's Trent Williams.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, bro.
And
they going right out Micah?
No, you go.
Now Micah gets
around.
to pick whether he want to get beat up this game.
Yeah. If you're going to attack anybody,
I'm gonna go on this side.
No, that's the side you need to go to. You need to go to the right side. And if there's a weak link on that offensive line, it's their right guard. Their right tackle, Colt. I don't know his last name, Colton, but their right tackle is the one that you need to attack a little bit.
The more we talk about the 49ers offense and their defense, the more these two teams are so similar.
I said this a month ago.
I know, but the more we talk about it, it's like, with the exception of the tight end position, which they've got us beat there with Kittle, obviously. We got some young guys that are still proving themselves, but like everywhere you match up. Like McCaffrey's really good. So is Tony Pollard.
Tony Pollard's good.
He ain't bad. They got two really badass wide receivers. Guess what? So do we. Offensive line,
you remind me.
Similar.
But the only edge they got, fellas.
Now, can
they beat us? We hadn't beat them.
I meant to say this yesterday when we were doing it. I know that we're not doing Cowboys offense, but I must say this.
Say it.
I must say this.
Say it.
Feeling if you go say
I'm gonna say it. Y'all gonna feel me. Y'all gonna feel me when I say this.
Okay.
The one thing that we cannot discount heading into this game, if there's ever been a time that coordinators matter.
Yes, sir.
This game?
It's in this game.
Wow.
Why?
And I'm going to say for the Cowboys offensively, this isn't a shot, a personal shot, but it is a shot at Kellen Moore. I was never a fan of Kellen Moore. Mm-hmm. We know that. And I've always said that Kellen Moore's offense, while it had explosive plays, it never gave Dak Prescott the answers to the test. Kellen Moore was a guy who had a collection of plays that didn't have rhyme or reason. None of his plays was setting up the next play. He wasn't going to run the play on first down that he wanted to get a completion on third down. It was a grab bag. It was, I have all of these plays, and I'm just going to start pulling them out of the hat. And see what happens.
No long-term strategy.
There was no long-term strategy in it. And the thing that I've always said about his play calling was, in that offense under Kellen Moore, what he ran, the number system or whatever, he chose to use a lot of man concepts. What do I mean by that? All of the routes that he was running were best used versus man-to-man coverage. They come from the old school of, I have a dominant X, and everybody plays off that. The Michael Irvins of the world, the Des Bryants of the world, the Miles Austin of the world. When you have a dominant X receiver, Amari Cooper, when I can get those guys going, everything else feeds off that. Mm-hmm. When you played the Niners simply just said, we're going to run zone. We're going to run zone, and we're going to make you have to sift through and read through the zones. 2 interceptions last year. Because now I'm trying to run a man route into a zone coverage. So if a man isn't in the way, there's arms or there's distance, the short amount of distance that is in the way of these routes. And now if you have to go here, second guess, go there, I'm looking at saying now, here come Nick Bosa. Here come the other people.
Hargrave.
But last year, but this news people... Mm-hmm. I think under Mike McCarthy, and this isn't me endorsing Freaky Mike or anything like that, in this style of offense, Dak has answers to the zone test. He has matches to where he can now throw the ball in the zone coverage, in the man coverage, whatever it needs to happen, so that there's answers to the test for him, unlike there was before. There's profit that he can take now, unlike there was before, when everything was kind of home run or nothing at all. So this is why I think this coordinator or this offense going against this defense now gives an even much better matchup. And I think that might give the Cowboys a little bit more of an advantage because they have their abilities. They have their weak points at their corners as well. If you can get that going for the Cowboys, that's really going to make a major difference. So I wanted to add that in. I forgot to add that yesterday.
Can I add something in?
Yes.
That
please do.
Because yesterday he wasn't allowing me to talk about the defense. And now you want to talk about something that come on, man.
You're right.
Double standard.
Sorry. No. I'm loving. You know what, fellas?
What, fella? Hang on, hold that thought. Can we, when we come back, on Hanging with the Boys? Stay tuned.
I'm Dak Prescott, quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
And they snap it to Prescott, who looks right. It's not there. He escapes left. He'll run for a first down.
Just like football, when it comes to crypto, it's important to have a team you can trust. With blockchain.com, I know I'm in good hands. Since 2011, they've been trusted by millions around the world to buy, sell, and trade cryptocurrency.
Prescott's going to run this himself. Run it up the middle, and he scores.
Whether you're new to crypto or an active trader, they've got you covered. What are you waiting for? Get started at blockchain.com.
How's Wingstop sound? Crispy, juicy, classic wings. Made to order, cooked to perfection. And sauced and tossed in those 11 soul-satisfying flavors. Paired with hand-cut seasoned fries, house-made honey mustard, blue cheese, or signature Wingstop ranch. And, of course, spicy Cajun fried corn. I think you've heard enough. Get your flavor delivered at wingstop.com.
SeatGeek has your back no matter what kind of Cowboys fan you are. So whether you're a diehard fan or a don't really care fan, a we got 'em next time fan or we'll never win again fan, a here for the tailgate fan or a first one through the gates fan, SeatGeek not only makes buying and selling tickets easier than ever before, they make just about everything else easier too. So whether you're a here every week fan or haven't been here in years fan, SeatGeek has you covered. Download the SeatGeek app today. SeatGeek, your ticket to great Dallas Cowboys seats.
James Wright here, your 2022 Dallas Cowboys Fan of the Year. You know how much I love my Cowboys, and I am thrilled to be talking to you about the 2023 Fan of the Year award presented by Captain Morgan. We're looking for the ultimate Cowboys fan to spice up the game. That means you eat, sleep, and breathe the Dallas Cowboys. If that's you, or if you know someone like me, then go to DallasCowboys.com/fan of the year, and you could win tickets to Super Bowl 58 and so much more. Enter today.
Back to Hanging with the Boys.
Welcome back to the last segment of Hanging with the Boys. Each and every day, the last segment is brought to you by Jigsaw, the official dating partner of the Dallas Cowboys.
All
right, Nate, what were you going to say? Can we...
No. I was teasing Jess, and then I was going to throw something at Kurt about it took him a long time to get the stats. But then when you threw me off, that's why I went to waving at you. I'm like, you can pass me on by. My mind don't work that long.
I'm sorry.
But I do want to say this right here. Jess has done a great job at explaining to y'all. I give you my little hits and bits right here. But you know what? They got a fullback. Once we stop everything else, we cannot let, what is it, use check?
Yeah. Kyle
Because if you look in the game last year, just when we had kind of stopped them, this dude got a couple of first downs. He's kind of changed the game, So, but wow, I hate that.
Is this the biggest game on the schedule this year, other than? You obviously
Philadelphia going to be twice,
right? Yeah. Is this like the game you've been where you say, okay, this tells us where we're at, where we got to get better, and
no. This game tells us how dominant we are. Now, don't even think the test route, bruh. Now, we win in the game. This is going to tell us how dominant we are. Now, can we be mean and
you're
physical?
making your prediction early.
He did.
We're going 15 and 0-2.
I can't believe you remembered that.
Yeah, we're going 15-0-2. So, we may have a dink and a dunk here that may cause
maybe this is one of the two,
the
two ties.
I wouldn't have a problem
push?
with it.
Me either.
If the Cowboys tied the 49ers,
That would be
let me tell you
crazy.
why I wouldn't have.
That would
Because
be-
now
that
it's
would
going
be
to really be a
crazy.
battle of who going, you know
You
what I'm
should
saying?
pick that tomorrow. You always say Cowboys by 3. You
That's
say
crazy.
push.
Oh,
That'd be
man.
a crazy
That'll
game.
be sweet, wouldn't it?
That would be crazy.
Now we'll.
You know, there's some degenerate out there going, you know what? Nate said it. I'm going to put my money on it.
If this game ended in a tie,
Oh, it would be sweet.
the computer call in. If this game ends in a tie, I want to hear from computer. If this game ends in a tie, computer, I'm giving you an entire segment on Monday
Computer.
because that's the script will be handed in.
There will be so many conspiracy theories out of that game, not just from computer, but from everybody. But this how important is safety and linebacker against this team? Because everything's tight end, everything's tackling, everything's up the middle.
See, you can say that statement and not put a team name on it, and it means the same thing for both teams.
That's how similar they both are.
Yeah.
It means the same thing for both teams.
So it's super important for both of them, right?
The same thing for both
Even
teams.
though
the whole
I
game.
would give them the edge. I mean, tight end, running back. Cowboys are solid, but I would give the edge to the 49ers on that.
Yeah, but if you got bad safety play, then we go over. Like safety and linebacker, that is where this game is going to be won and lost.
That's the key. One of the keys.
100%.
Maybe a linebacker.
100%. 100%. It's who safety and linebackers can play the best brand of football.
Tackle the best.
Tackle the
assignment.
best, cover the best, make a play. Like this is.
Oh, nice shaking his head.
Oh, gee. I'm going to tell y'all something. Because what I don't want to see our safeties doing is this is the worst thing in the world. You know you're in bad shape when your safety's running alongside a guy and kind of hand fighting him, trying to figure out how he going to tackle. Your safety's done gave up mentally. When a safety is not coming up and tackling the guy and bringing him to the ground, he's running along beside him and hand fighting, trying to figure out how he going to grab him, it's game over. And you don't want that for your safeties. And all safeties are prone to do it.
This is going to be a physical football game, fellas.
Yeah.
From what you've seen on tape,
This boy done seen a lot of tape.
because you watch tape.
You don't have to say it like that.
No, you know what I'm saying. You watch tape. I don't watch tape. I don't watch the film. I watch the game. I do research. I don't. You guys watch tape. I don't put my time into tape. So I appreciate
what it's
y'all.
time in the tape.
I don't. But you
What
watch.
you put your time into, brother?
I just told you.
Cracking the coldie.
Okay,
Let's go.
Whatever. Let me ask a question.
Let's go. Let's go.
Whoa,
You've been
Kurt!
watching-
Get out of the way.
Get out the way.
You've been watching the tape. Yesterday, you said that this 49ers defense plays the percentages.
Mm-hmm.
Do the Cowboys? What's the Cowboys? The Cowboys defense do that too?
The Cowboy defense plays the pressure.
The pressure.
They want to apply the most pressure, and they do. Micah Parsons is I think the leading. I think he has like 29 pressures. Like he gets pressure on like 30-something% of the time. So they're playing the pressure. That's the Cowboys' mode
And you can do
of
that
operation.
because of him.
Because of
you,
him.
You can change your defense because he's able to do that. If he wasn't on this team,
You have to figure out another way.
It's a different way, right?
You allow this defense is a pressure defense solely because of Micah Parsons, because of the disadvantages that he brings to an offensive line.
So they're a little more aggressive in some ways.
We are far more aggressive. I think the Niners have blitzed in 4 games 7 times.
Wow.
Or 9 times, something like that. They're not looking. They're playing the percentages. They're playing that our front 4 is going to be. We literally have first round talent all across the board on our front 4. We're trusting and believing that they're going to win their one-on-one matchups. Again, you're going to see that wide 9. When I say a wide 9, look at that defensive end. You're going to see 3 guys in the box, and you're going to see that one dude way out here. And all they want to do is, can I get that tackle to come out a little bit more? How can I create these gaps? How can I create these creases in the offensive line to allow? Now I can allow Armstead, I can allow Hargrave, I can allow Nick Bosa to just work the edges. Work the edges, work those little gaps, and now if I can get through, because now I have coverage behind me. So I'm giving my guys up front a second, a little bit longer, because the quarterback has to read through coverages. Can I get that space, and now these guys get home? So that's the difference. They play the percentages. We play the pressure.
All right. So, question. Now, can I?
And that's why we create. Sorry. That's why we create more turnovers than they create. This defense, like our defense, is a pressure, create turnover defense. Their defense, and that makes us dominant. Their defense is, we're going to force you to make mistakes,
and we'll get picks,
and we'll clean up the dirty work. We'll clean up what you messed up. The Cowboys are forcing the action. The Niners are letting the action come to them and then capitalizing on it.
They just don't make mistakes.
And they do not make mistakes.
Can you safer way to play? Because if you're being aggressive like the Cowboys, that might open you up.
Big risk, big reward.
Yeah. Cowboys, big risk, reward.
But now you got to understand now, and this is no knock on what these guys, because they're doing an excellent job. But you got to understand, Jesse just told us, everyone, defensive ends and tackles inside. These are first-round picks that are playing up to their level.
Yeah.
These are great athletes that are playing up to their level. And we're not even talking about Fred Warner and Greenlaw. These guys are bringing it. You never hear on Mondays, hey, man, our linebackers got lost in the wash. You never hear that with them. So...
All right, fellas, good show. Jesse, thanks for covering for me.
Yeah.
That's it.
Nate, good stuff.
You never got to answer your
Kurt,
question.
do I?
You had a question you would
Cut you
ask?
off. You had
It's
a
fine.
question?
I'll ask it tomorrow. It'll be there tomorrow.
This show went by fast,
It went by
man.
Too fast, man. Too fast.
When you got so much information you're trying to get out, I saw like sometimes it just sounds rushed because I'm like, man, we're racing against the clock.
I just think each one of the other shows should give up like 5 minutes of their show so the greatness can just flourish.
That show before us should give us half their time.
Tune in, by the way. That's a good segue, Nate. Good promotion. Tune in next to the Players Lounge, 2 o'clock to 2:45.
Well, they probably want to give us a little bit of their time, huh, before they get crunk up.
You know Barrett Church ain't going to get here on time.
No.
He's come from the golf course every day.
He comes running.
I'm jealous.
He ran up behind you. I thought he was going to take you out there.
Why you want everybody to run up? You want to run up behind me?
Man,
Baby, Church? I
y'all
don't play that way, brother.
Why y'all want to run up behind each other?
Play that way. That is not a game that I like to play.
Why do y'all want to run up behind each other?
Yeah.
What's up with that?
He's the only one that's used to being run up behind and made a living off of it.
And I stopped that.
Made a living off being run up behind.
Tune in tomorrow.
Tooting that thing up.
To see.
He had that you had them tight pants on. Well, tooting
That's
that
why
thing
I could
up.
never be a center. They should have been, no, I don't want to be a center.
Tune in tomorrow to see if Nate's the only one that picks a tie. And more. We'll take some phone calls tomorrow and hang with the boys. Thanks,
That
Chris.
would be perfect. Better than a loss.
This has been a production of DallasCowboys.com and the Dallas Cowboys Football Club.
How about this, Cowboys? Yeah!